Okay, let's make sure YouTube is caught up with me. Right, here we go. I'm gonna wait to see who shows up. This is my late birthday haul. I celebrated my birthday back on October 2nd. October 2nd. He picked this up. This is my, there we go. I turned a little older. Got a stack of things sitting next to me. I gotta find something real quick because some of them are still packaged up. Let's see. Nope. Where is it? Is this it? That one, yeah. And I'll be right back. I gotta find something to help me open some of these packages. So I'll be right back. Actually, let's see. Do I still have it? Do I still have it? Okay. Sorry about that. I had to go grab something. That's right. It's the package opener. 3,000. Okay. All right. So, goes last. When was it? Get it on. I can't remember shit. Okay. Right. Let's see. Actually, I gotta look at something real quick. I'm in pain. I'm in pain. When you have psoriasis, that shit hurts sometimes. I thought I had something for the pain. I'll be right back. My hands fucking hurting with psoriasis is stinging like a motherfucker. There we go. The Pine. So on October 2nd was my birthday. I got busy with a number of things, so actually, my webcam went out, I believe. Yeah, my webcam went out. I have since replaced it. Actually, I replaced it the day of my birthday, which is why I had to put off on doing a birthday haul video. I had to replace that and drop my glasses. No. Where are your glasses? There you go. I'm going to replace my glasses. I'm going to replace my controller and my webcam. Got this. I like the shade of like green for that controller. My old one lasted me a couple, 2-3 years. I hope this one lasts even longer. Things aren't cheap. So let's get my haul on the road. We'll start with with this. Is that an event? And pick this up. It's got female versions of Michael, Pennywise, Freddy, and I believe that's Chucky. And it says, in October, we wear pink. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So remember, rock the pink. I have a pink shirt somewhere to show support. The controller at the same place I got that. Yeah, some people was doing some 3D printing stuff. Got this cool little thing. I'm not using my controller. Now I have a place to put it. That's pretty cool. I went to Spirit. I picked up 3 masks. One of them was, of course, the replacement for the Echo Clown mask. The strap of the old one was kind of starting to show wear and tear, and didn't want to have it end up snapping on me, so I found one there cheap to replace it. I picked up, we thought they had only one of these left. This is the Ghostface hockey mask. It's got you can see it's got the holes. And right here, it's got those little boat things. I wish they had put them here. This would have looked better. Not much of a Scream fan, but I thought this was pretty cool. It's not as a hockey mask. It's not really Jason because it doesn't got any of the markings like Jason's. But do you like scary movies? I don't. I like bad movies. Ew. I gotta get another mask bag because the one I got a year or 2 ago is not big enough. So, anyways, another mask I got is this one here. This is the Savini Jason, which is the mask that was seen in the video game because it even has the I don't know if I can show it there. The video game logo. This is a special Jason they did. I think it was pre-orders or something you can get. Kind of cool. It's got the tear here, almost like in part 7. Although I think in part 7 this was smaller. Claw marks almost like Freddy's. Good sturdy mask. That's pretty cool. Picked up a few movies. Okay, start with this one. I grew up in the 80s. Love the 80s. Love them. Favorite time period. Watched a lot of cool cartoons. Transformers, GoBots, G.I. Joe, Thundercats, He-Man, Ghostbusters, Turtles came in there at one point. Robotech. and Voltron. So I ordered this, and it says Voltron the complete series. And I noticed that it said series. Because I got quite a shock because, yes, it does conclude, it's a slipcase, the original Lion Force. It says right there up top, so I can get the camera and zoom in, that Lion Force. And because there was a second, in the 80s, there was a second Voltron show. Vehicle Force. Did not care for this one too much. It was pretty cool. So then I'm thinking, oh, wow, I got both of these. All I need to do is get Fleet of Doom, and I have it all. And I look down, right in the back. Bonus feature, Fleet of Doom. What Fleet of Doom is that they wanted to do a crossover. Because, by the way, neither of these shows were originally connected. They were based on two different cartoons from Japan. They got brought over here and things were changed around. They were called Voltron. I think he was Leo Geyser, and I forget what the vehicle one was called. But they decided whoever it was, probably Dick or whoever it was that did the show originally, said we want a crossover. So they did a crossover special called Fleet of Doom, and it's all here. Whoa, the complete show and special. Super hyped to have that in my collection. Should put my glasses where they won't get lost. So super happy to have this in my collection. Some other movies I got were, this is one I saw in the theater. What Evil Lies? Who knows what evil was it? Oh, how's the same go? Moment. Let me make sure. It was a thing about who knows what evil lies in mankind's heart. Only the shadow knows. Awesome movie. Saw this back in the 80s. I know I'm not much into superheroes, but this is more of like a, so based on a radio show, so it's pretty cool. This is one I saw, I think on cable or something, and I've been wanting to get for a while, but found it on sale. Matthew McConaughey, Kristen Bell, Reign of Fire. If this was streaming somewhere for free, I think I would completely do a watch along to this, as this is a cool one. This is one I listed. I think I did it on my zombie channel of zombie movies was checking out. I listed this one, I believe, and said I needed to replace my copy. This is Steve Nels, Remains. And you don't know what Steve Nels is? He's a comic book guy. He helped do the 30 Days of Night. So it's basically in Reno, is it? Yeah, Reno, and something happens. What's up, Bones? I'm just doing a live haul. So we're going to go with the first one. 1 minute. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to now give you a live advertisement. Are you having trouble opening your packages? Is using a simple box cutter not good at cooking it? Is using scissors not doing the job? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have the answer. I think I need to sharpen the 3000. Sorry, I was looking at a message. So, yep. And this is 4K Blu-ray digital. Dread. I wasn't sure if I had this in my collection or not. But if I do, it's a regular Blu-ray. But this is 4K. I am the law. Take this. Okay. All right. Again, remember, package opener 3000. Put this away. Okay, sometimes this doesn't want to go back in the sheets normally. I think there's... Yep. There. And this is Night of the Creeps, Director's Cut. Night of the Creeps, Director's Cut. Thrill me, baby. Okay, let's check this is one. Okay, again. I'll just use this. Because I think there's something wrong with the sheath. I gotta clean that sheath out. Something's jammed in there sometimes. And this is directed by Gene Rowling, Zombie Lake. This is also a replacement because I used to have a copy of this. This is one I caught myself for like less than $2. I got this less than $6. Dude, this movie is awesome. It's been ages since I've seen it. Another one I'm happy to have in my collection. This I ordered for a Halloween event I'm going to be part of. It's like a flag backdrop thing. Let's check this out. Looks like it's made of fabric. There's an opening to this. I'm not cutting this with a blade because I don't want to cut this. This is supposed to be 5x7, and people can stand in front of this and take photos so they can act like they're in a graveyard or something. Oh damn! This is a flag, pretty much. Oh, it's bigger than a flag. This is a lot bigger than a flag. People can stand in front of this and take a photo. Yeah, they can stand in front of this. They're like, I've been in front of a haunted house. It's dark. I can't see. Oh God, I can't see. I'm blind. I'm blind. I'm a moron and I'm blind. What's up, all you motherfuckers? God, I'm an idiot. I didn't think it would be that big. I kept thinking 5x7 was small. Guess I was wrong. And this is the final package. Bones has gotten a sneak peek at this. I gave Bones a sneak peek. Okay. This is the new mask. It's supposed to be for paintballs. It was a big hairy ball too. Yeah. Wow. Okay. This mask smells new. It's never been used. I actually wish it came with a strap here, but no, this is actually. What's up, motherfuckers? I think I'm gonna sit here and wear this mask because it smells so new. Oh, this mask smells new. I like what my goatee looks like. What do you think? What's up? What's up? Ugh. You should have grabbed one of these bones. They're on sale. This thing's kind of awesome. I am Cyberbones. Boglands! Cyberbones. Oh, but yeah, that smells so new. Pretty cool, I gotta say. Looks better in person than it does online. I mean, you can see that there, but trust me, in person, some of them have like a clear lens. I went with, I believe, I'm supposed to go with more of the tinted lens. I have no idea what you're talking about, Bones. Ah, fresh plastic. What? This can't be paintball because I think they would have to have the gas things here. Ah, can't you actually install those? I mean, it's got little cut these out and put gas things out, but actually, I think they do make a version of this mask. It's comfortable. You got adjustments. You can adjust it here. And that thing is awesome. I'm sure some people have done some customizations to this. Shit, man, I should send a picture of this to Professor. Like, Professor, you should get one of these, man. Check that out, man. I have actually been wanting one of these for a while. They have some like a camouflage. One's got like a tinted one, like a grayish one or a tan one. Some got like the clear lens, but I like the dark lens, man. Let's see if I can adjust that a little bit. No, don't adjust that too much. Stretchy. But, okay, give me a minute, Bones. Where's my headphones? I'll put my glasses on. Maybe I can fight. Ow! I think I pulled on my beard. Oh, that hurts. So let's see. That's a mess. I love my messes. I love my messes. Because I always get them. Ugh. That's right. I'm on the zombie outbreak response team. And don't you mother truckers forget that. Right. There you go. Check your Instagram. Bones. That's what time it up. I wonder. Yeah, that's for tying that thing up. Bigger than I thought it was, which is good. What bonuses do you have on this? Of course, you don't list the bonuses. Really remastered in HD from the archive negatives. French was official English subtitles, English dub, alternate lesson. Hey, Jesus fucking Christ.
Ahoy.
What's up, old man?
Ahoy.
What are you, a pirate now?
Chips ahoy. Chips ahoy.
Make your ass walk the plank.
Arr! I'm a pirate. That's Captain Adam. He's a pirate.
I don't see a hook, a peg leg, or a parrot.
You can't see anything. I have an avatar.
I don't want to know what you. That's good because I don't want to know what you're doing to the parrot.
Yeah, I'm holding my peg leg.
Pretty cool though that this comes with all that shit. I thought I was.
I guess I'll find out in 2 days, thanks to you.
Hey, I thought that Fleet of Doom was gonna have to order that separately. Then I'm like sitting there, going, "Oh, hey, look, Fleet of Doom."
Yeah, it has like 3 pictures on Amazon. I made sure we looked, and I saw the back you showed me to make sure it's the one you got that has all that stuff.
I think the best way to tell is that it says, instead of saying the complete original series, it says series, like plural. So that's the best way to tell.
Yeah, but you said you didn't take notice to that till you got it.
That's true. That is true. But damn, I got my remains. I mean, he did like Steve Nails did 30 Days of Night, but 30 Remains is not that as good as that. I like it's got the less explicit version of this on there.
What is that?
It's a Zombie Lake. What it means by less explicit is there's a scene when these girls are swimming butt naked. I think that's about what they mean by less explicit. Less boobs and less bush.
It's edited and has that cut out.
But it says it has it on there, but then I guess it has the regular version on it too. So I can watch it without boobs and bush. Oh, be like whatever.
Why?
I know, boobs and bush. Apparently, I must have upset somebody.
And breast, the 3 B's.
Well, that'd be Brett. That'd be boobs, bush, and butt. This actually is a pretty trippy movie, though. You've seen Dread?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
4K?
Yeah.
I got it on Blu-ray.
They had it on sale for Ultra 4K HD Blu-ray and digital. I'm like, shit, man.
Well, you told me you ordered that a long time ago. You just now got it?
No, this is one of the ones I ordered when I was doing all the things on sale. This is the one I keep thinking I own a copy of it already, but I always get it confused with I forget what movie. Chopping Mall or something I keep getting confused with.
I have that on DVD. I never upgraded it yet. What's the first one you pulled up there? Remains or something? What's that?
Basically, it's in Reno, and some kind of disaster happens, and zombies get released.
Never heard of it.
But I won't. The back of this, though, they made a big taboo. They give away part of the ending.
With a picture or what?
There's a picture. There's somebody in it that becomes a zombie, and towards the end of the movie, basically. And I've seen it before, so I'm like watching, going, "Oh, hey, they're a zombie." Oh shit, they don't become a zombie until towards the end, so that gives that away, that part of the movie away.
Is it a known actor?
I don't think any of the actors are really that known. I mean, you have let's see, Grant Brawler, he was on True Blood. Taney Cypress, who was in Rescue Me and Heroes. Hugo Hughes, who was in Pet Cemeteries, and I believe it's the late Lance Riddick. I think he passed away. I could be wrong.
Yes, Miko Hughes.
Yeah,
that's probably the biggest name in the movie.
I think Lance went on to become big a little bit, but I think he passed away, and I could be wrong.
I don't know that name. He's Miko Hughes as his Pet Cemetery and also in New Nightmare.
He was in Lance was in the John Wick movies, but I think he was also had a role in the what are those, the American Horror Story. If you've seen those, the voodoo guy that shows up with the dreadlocks and the paint,
Yeah.
that's him. That's him. Unfortunately, he passed away a couple years ago. This one though, this actually, I think I saw both Dread and The Shadow in the theater.
Well, my favorite cartoons, I've got Turtles, He-Man, now Voltron coming, so next time I'll have to get a hold of Thundercats.
I need to get He-Man, Thundercats, and G.I. Joe. But it's like I said, okay, they did the G.I. Joe miniseries, and then they did the regular show. Then sometime they waited a while after the movie to do a third season, which wasn't that good.
I got my He-Man 3 or 4 years ago when it was at Walmart.
I think seeing He-Man, I did find Ghostbusters, but there was a problem. There's like 7 or 8 seasons or something of it, and the box that I found only had like 5.
Yeah, I don't know if the one you're wanting is just called Ghostbusters or if you're talking about the real Ghostbusters, but as I was telling you last night, I have 2 seasons of the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah, that's the one I want. But I found a box set. Again, it's like, it's not the complete show. It's what I want. It's missing like a season or 2.
Yeah, I found these by themselves at the pawn shop a while back. One's a steelbook and one's just a regular case. It's weird that Volume 1 has 4 discs, but the Volume 3 just has 1 disc.
Let's look how many seasons.
I don't know if they started making lesser episodes by Volume 3, but it only has 1 disc. It has like 10
Well,
episodes.
they changed though. Because remember, at some point, it was like Slimer got put more front and center. It is 7 seasons, and that includes a spin-off, Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters, which that was season 5 when I think it started. So maybe the 6th and 7th season, if I want, I got to look up Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters. Because that's when they begin that, and the storyline with Janine. They had a storyline with Janine when she started becoming sexier and stuff, and then it turned out she made a pact with a spirit because she wanted Egon to bone her.
Yeah.
Extreme was pretty good, but Extreme ended on a cliffhanger where they teased a crossover with the OG Ghostbusters and the new Ghostbusters, and then one of them, though, I think one of the Extreme Ghostbusters does show up in one of the live action movies. I think it's Griffin. What's her name? Pops up. Yeah, I want to say in one of the, what was that last cake? Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters Frozen Empire? I want to say they actually had one of the Extreme Ghostbusters show up. Let's see. So we find a. God, I could have swore that maybe I was wrong. I could have swore that one of the Extreme Ghostbusters, the girl pops up. Or somebody from the Extreme Ghostbusters pops up in live action. And that's
There's my silver version of your new mask.
and I got to get a new mask bag because this one's running out of space. I got to put the 3 animal masks in there, that new mask, and a few other masks. So I need to get a second mask bag or get a new bigger bag. I should be looking at Halloween bags.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Let's see what we got for Halloween bags. I don't want that. Okay. Let's see, it was Extreme. I think they did the comics. It changes the story to a different story. I didn't hear anything for the longest time about Extreme Ghostbusters after it ended until someone did a animated how do I say animated so I was looking they did an animated adult film of the one gothic chick from Extreme Ghostbusters. What extras do we have on here? Okay, no extras. Breathing life to the terror, below the line. If you can't stand the heat. Conversation with Rob Bowman. Cast commentary with the writer-director. Original theatrical indie, deleted scenes. Birth of the Creeps. Cast of the Creeps. Creating the Creeps. Escape the Creeps. Legend of the Creeps. Tom Atkins, Man of Action. Remember what Trevor Track is, an original theatrical trailer.
What about Voltron? Special features.
Ben. I can't remember, Ben. It's been a long time since I've seen it. If I remember, she just gets abducted by some ghost, and they use her as a sex toy. Let's see. Let me see. So with the line, because all it lists on the back is for Fleet of Doom. It looks like Fleet of Doom is the only bonus they have.
What is that, a movie or?
It was a special they did in like '86 or whatever. Because these were 2 different Japanese cartoons they put together in America, and then someone said, "Hey, we need to do a crossover, so you need to make an original animation." So they had to go make an original cartoon.
Have you seen that newer version on Netflix?
Yeah, it didn't feel the same.
Yeah, I don't like how fancy the animation is. It's not what we grew up on, you know.
And basically, the guy who flies the Red Line wants to fuck Princess Leia, but then he loses out on it.
It's like when they updated He-Man and She-Ra, and She-Ra has these elvish ears. It's weird.
Yeah, but She-Ra was good.
The remake?
Yeah, it was actually a pretty good one. A funny story about Voltron. About the late '90s, I think it was. I was visiting my brother, and they were some channel was airing their old cartoons. I'm sitting there, my brother's sitting there, his friend's sitting, he has a friend sitting there, and they get the whole thing, form left and right arm, and we start doing line by line. I can't do it anymore. We did everything they said. We did line by line, all the movements like we were forming into Voltron. His friend sits there watching us, and when we get done, he looks at us he goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you two?" We just laugh. I guess he didn't grow up on Voltron. I didn't think they were as cool as we did.
Did you ever have the figure when you was a kid? I always wanted that.
I had, I think, the little They had a little tiny one that was, already put together. I think I had that. They did re-release some newer ones based on the old designs I want to get.
Yeah, I heard the Lions was supposed to be at Walmart, but I ain't never seen them there.
Because they don't have them anymore. It's been a long time since I've been there. What's Thundercats been? They did one about 10 years ago, and then one a few years ago was that lame ass animation on Cartoon Network.
They need to leave the classics alone.
They won't. Shit, they've milked the shit out of Transformers and G.I. Joe, even though we haven't got anything new from G.I. Joe since. That's the one, Thundercats Go. That's the one they had the. When I heard about a new Thundercats, like, what? And all of a sudden I saw the artwork, and I was like, what fucking crackhead designed this? That is terrible. I think that's the one. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's got like the artwork is familiar though. I recognize that artwork. I'm trying to figure out who did that artwork. Because the people who did the artwork worked on some other stuff. Let's see. Because the artwork is crappy and the style is familiar. It's like not quite Steven Universe or whatever that animation is. I think, when was the last time I enjoyed a Scooby-Doo? I think they had the one I liked where Shaggy was seeing Daphne. No, he was seeing Velma and trying to hide it from Scooby because he knew Scooby would get all butt hurt. And Daphne was chasing after Fred, basically trying to tell him that, she wanted him to fuck her, but he was too busy looking at Trapped Mako Monthly. And then they ruined it all with Velma. We are supposed to get a live action prequel. Scooby-Doo. I think Netflix is, or Prime, one of them is doing it.
There's a live action show people said is supposed to be filmed in the style of Stranger Things and whatever that other show was called.
Well, I guess it's gonna have Shaggy. They meets Velma or Daphne, one of them, and they get the dog, and they at summer camps and stuff, and go around, solve some crime. And
if they try to film it in the style of Stranger Things, it might be cool.
Yeah, they need to make up for the shit. Well, it's a different streaming service than the Velma one. I noticed we haven't got a season 3 because they were just like, it left such a. Season 1 left a bad taste in people's mouth, and then they were like, oh, we got season 2? Maybe they're contractually obligated to give us a season 2. But if you want a prequel one, pup named Scooby-Doo. I did watch that a little bit. Better than Velma, at least. The movies are pretty good, too. The animated movies. The first 2 live actions I enjoyed. It's the first time Velma became hot. Oh, this is There was some Extreme Ghostbuster video games. Extreme Ghostbusters for Game Boy Color. Extreme Ghostbusters Code Ecto 1 for Game Boy Advance. Extreme Ghostbusters Ultimate Invasion for PlayStation. And there were 2 for PC. Extreme Ghostbuster games for PC. Oh, he did? Well, I mean, the first one. See, that had what? Matthew Lillard, Freddie Prinze Jr., Sarah Michelle Gellar. I forget who plays Velma. I mean, wasn't that bad. But I mean, let's see, we've got new He-Man, new Thundercats. I haven't got a new G.I. Joe in a while. Why can't they bring back something like the Care Bears? Or Tailspin? What else could they bring back? Oh, we're supposed to get the end of Peacemaker season 2, which I hear tells for now is going to be the end of Peacemaker. And then for now, it's supposed to end it. Unless he does. Oh, Care Bears. See, what other ones could they bring back? Oh God! This giant. It was a horror cartoon as a kid. What was that one? 80s horror cartoon shows. Let's see.
Yeah, the Muppet Babies has like a weird new one, a penguin.
God, what was that? There was one about these monsters, giant monsters and stuff. They need to bring back the Mr. T cartoon. I want the return of Mr. T. That was a cool show. They can bring back Shirt Tails, just so I can repeatedly fuck the name up and call it Shit Tails. There was bring back Dungeons and Dragons. God, there was one. Giant monsters or whatever. See this. Its name listed before on cartoons too scary for kids.
Boglins.
I think I might have found it. Trying to remember its name. I guess it was too much for kids or whatever. Inhumanoids. Give us Inhumanoids. Did they ever release that one? That'd be a fun one to own. It's been almost 40 years.
Biker Mice from Mars.
Yeah.
That one's only available in other regions. DVD.
What about Street Sharks?
I think they have a set of that. DVD and Blu-ray. It was on like a budget some kind of budget company DVD, and then they recently released it on Blu-ray.
And then I was watching something, and a name came up from the past, Rhino. I don't know if you remember them.
A cartoon called Rhino.
They were a company that used to release all the music and shit. This is what happens when you end up looking at old music and TV shows. You come across all those old names. Like Dick. You remember Dick?
No.
They were an animation studio, whatever. And at the end of the cartoons, you'd always get like this.
Oh, I remember that. I
the
thought you
little,
meant like a cartoon called Dick, but I do remember like what
That
you're
little-
saying, where it would say Dick.
the little kid is a little kid's voice going, Dick. Yeah, man. That always cracked me up to have a little kid voice going, Dick. It's like, oh god, that's totally inappropriate. There was what about these power suits so they can have stuff added to the suits? Now there's little ports, little suckers on the suits. They can plug things into it. I want masks back. I want masks. I would love the old mask on, not just the toys, but the DVD. I think that would be cool, the old masks. Oh, what was the bug one? That one where they used to ride bugs. I remember having one of the toys. And I can't remember if I had any in Centurion toys. I remember I had one of the ones where they rode around on bugs and shit.
Set cars?
I had one of them. I thought it was Exo. Exo Squad. That was the one where they had like the suits they can add stuff to. It was all meant to advertise. I think I had one or two Visionaries. Yeah, like the little, I think it was like on the chest, the little hologram things on the chest. I can remember the old Transformers. They had those decals. Want to know what side this robot's on? Rub the decal. I've seen people do like reviews of those old toys and be like, let's see if the decals still work. A lot of great old cartoons. And we lost the bones. Well, a lot of those old cartoons, because think about a lot of these old cartoons from the 80s, they were mainly advertisements for toys. So Visionaries, the Bug one, the Exo Squad, Transformers, G.I. Joe, He-Man, Thundercats. All of them were advertisements. They weren't really shows, but they were advertisements for toys. If you saw it on the show, chances are it was going to be your local toy aisle. If it stopped appearing in the show, then it was going to stop being in your local toy aisle. It's what these Scouts and Warriors, yes. All of them in the 80s. Advertisement for toys. Oh, God. I think I remember that one, Ben. They had the main character, was the one with the main character was like Native American or something. And it was like cowboys on another planet in the future.
That was similar to Street Sharks.
When did this come out? They've always wanted to make a sequel. It's been 13 years. I don't think we'll see a sequel.
Did you get that PM?
Of the Cup?
No.
Mask Invaders. Ooh. Let's see. I'm going to save that at my list. Ooh, anybody want a digital copy of Dread? Removing the plastic from these. They had, had a few. Oh God! Oh, the cat, the anamorphic world where they're the cats that flew the airplane. Oh, what was that one? They were supposed to be secret crime fighters who flew around in like a fighter jet. God. It's more of a '90s one though. '90s did have some good ones. SWAT Cats. There you go, Ben. I was trying to remember the name of it. Oh, there was a few cartoons in the '90s I liked. Batman, X-Men. I think I liked the Fantastic Four because I remember watching the Fantastic Four and the Iron Man one a lot. I would say it had that whole theme song of Iron Man. I am Iron Man. I am Iron Man. Oh, yeah, that's awesome, Ben. I wish it was. The Pizza Hut or Domino's Pizza was selling the old X-Men VHSs, I believe. Black case with a little image. You can get like an episode or two on VHS. I think I used to have one of them, but that was a long time ago. Remember that? You can go to your food place and buy a VHS, get a meal, and a VHS of your favorite cartoon or TV show. Never do that again.
Turtles.
They did that with Turtles?
Yes.
I remember doing that with X-Men. Who did that with Turtles? Which company was that?
I think it was Pizza Hut, wasn't it?
Because they also did the X-Men ones.
Yeah, I had one of those that weren't they silver?
Black with some kind of civil writing or something.
I have a Munsters DVD in a square cardboard case that come from like Papa John's or somewhere.
Damn. They used to have like some pretty cool extras you can get at these stores. They used to do the cups, the glasses you can get. I have, when they did the Star Trek soft reboot, I have all those cups and I got rid of the boxes they were in and now realize they could be worth money had I kept those boxes.
It's Papa John's and it has the Munsters on one side of the art and the other side is Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy.
There's a mix. There's a mix.
Found it at the flea market a long time ago.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I got to go quite a ways for the local flea market, which is probably over.
Yeah, I guess the guy didn't realize how cool it was. It's a guy that sells movies, actual DVDs and stuff. And I saw that and I picked it up and was looking at it. And he goes, "Oh, you can just have that."
And it's probably worth a good amount, isn't it?
Nope, I haven't looked it up. I can look it up real quick on eBay, see if.
He's like, holy shit, now I have enough to get a soda.
Somebody's asking $12.95. Someone's asking $6.
Well, you can either get a soda or you can get a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
You can get yourself a bucket, Bones. They have a new zombie one.
Hell yeah.
This is all bright red, which is the one I want.
I like the cat one too. There's a cat one.
I don't think though. Okay, with the zombie one, I don't know about having it go red.
There's a Jackie Chan's First Strike too, and I have that too, but I don't know where it's at. Somewhere in this room.
Oh, damn. I think I used to have My Name Is or whatever, where he's got like amnesia.
Yeah.
You know that he's the first person to play Chun-Li in live action.
Yeah, I have that too.
That scene cracks me up. They got the sound bites from the games, and he's making all the movements, jumping up and down. It's like, oh god, I'm never gonna play that game the same. Here's the thing: in the game, she had big, thick thighs. You know, fighting and leg shit. Well, I was looking at the actress who plays her. She's got regular skinny legs. Like, she can't play Chun-Li. She don't got the legs. She's gotta have those thick thighs. The guys drool over. I think the only behind the scenes I've seen is Cammy, the actress who plays her, showing up with a blonde, sitting in a chair. Says Cammy, she's got a blonde wig on or something. I think some of the best superhero cartoons though did come out in the '90s though. When you look at it, that's when we got the X-Men, Spider-Man, Hulk, Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Batman, Superman came in there at some point. Justice League at some point. Oh, that might have been more towards 2000. Oh, about 2000. That was all superhero boom. Not the live action movies, but the shitload of cartoons we got in the 80s. Static Shock. But Iron Man was part of a show. It was part of the Marvel. It was part of the Marvel Action Hour. Let's see, what was the Marvel Action Hour? Iron Man and Fantastic Four. They did one in the late 80s, a Marvel Action Universe in the late 80s. Holy shit. Okay, so the first run of the Marvel Action Hour in the 80s was Dino Riders. Don't recall that. I recall X-Men, Pride of the X-Men, because that was a pilot and never went beyond that. RoboCop. And then the rebroadcast was Defenders of Earth, Dungeons and Dragons, and the Incredible Hulk. And the new Fantastic Four, plus the Spider-Man 81 series and Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, Spider-Woman cartoon. Damn. Yes, Ben. I do. I remember that one. All the cartoon characters get into the cartoons. Oh man. What that? I want to say that's when I remember watching. I want to say Savage Dragon was part of it at one point. Let's see. That was 90. Launched in 82. Was that the prelude to Cartoon Network or something? Man, look at that show. You had, let's see, originally it was mostly Hanna-Barbera, Scooby-Doo, Huckleberry Hound, Yogi Bear, Space Ghost, the Smurfs, Johnny Quest, and all that shit that later on. Fat Albert, He-Man, Jem, G.I. Joe, Real Ghostbusters, Voltron, Denver, The Last Dinosaur. Yeah, man. They had some original ones too. It's a Bitsy Spider, Problem Child, and I remember Highlander, the animated series. I did not like it. Wildcats, yeah, I think they might have come on later on though. They had let's see, Mr. T was in there, She-Ra. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Terratoons, The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3, Cadillac and Dinosaurs, Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling, Pole Decision. That was actually was a pretty cool watching that. I remember, you had the train and the cartoon. I want to say the cartoon characters getting on it. Nothing against the Hanna-Barbera. I like Hanna-Barbera. I like some of the stuff, but I would have liked some of the other stuff much later. Yeah, Ultra Show Wildcats. There was they wanted to do a Cyberforce cartoon, which is from the same people who did Wildcats, and they did a test animation. You can look it up on YouTube. It's just, I think, the intro they just did, which will show you the different characters, like was it Ripclaw? Yeah, it was Ripclaw, who was like Warblade from Wildcats. Because Image, that Wildcats is Image, and Image had, for cartoons, they had what? Wildcats, Spawn, which was on HBO. If you haven't watched the Spawn cartoon, I highly suggest it. I love the Spawn cartoon. I used to have that on VHS. I need to replace if I can find myself a copy of that on DVD or VHS again. It was pretty cool. Of course, the one scene from the Spawn cartoon I remember is Chapel goes to a bar, picks up a woman, and he's got her bent over, and he's fucking her, but he's crying. Oh, man. Yeah, but he's going to town on this girl, fucking her senseless, and he's crying. Oh, man. I'm sorry, Al. I didn't mean to kill you, Al. It's like, this guy's fucked up. It's what the cartoon with the violence and shit, that's what the live action, nothing against the live action movie, but the cartoon is what the live action movie should have been. But yeah, Image had that. Wildcat, Spawn, Savage Dragon, and Max. Max was awesome. It was a bizarre, cool show. I think it was MTV It and The Head or whatever, the guy who had the alien in his head, and then every now and then the head was split open, the alien would come out, kick someone's ass, and then go back. The guy's head blew up to like, 4 feet tall, with an alien again. That would just, the head would open up, alien comes out, kicks some ass, goes back in there, and it's just like, well, that's my life now. I got an alien in my head. Max. I still have some of the old Max comics. Spawn, good. I need to replace my Spawn. I need to see it. I would love to have Max if I ever got a physical release on DVD. We've been hearing a long time now, more than a few years now, about a new Spawn movie with oh god. What's his name? They said I was going to play him. He had that medical issue a year or two ago. Yeah, Jamie Foxx. I was trying to remember his name. That Spawn is in the Guinness Book World Records bin. See if I can. It has something to do with the way that they printed it. But Spawn has a Guinness record. Okay, Spawn has the Guinness World Record for the longest running creator-owned comic book series. because Todd, he owns it. So if you can find issue 301, that's the one that set the record. I think it's held a record. Oh, it was broken. Okay. Dave Simmons held a record, but Spawn broke it because Dave Sims held it with 300 comics. Todd broke it with 301. So if you're reading Spawn, you're reading a comic, owning a comic title that holds a Guinness record. I don't own any Spawns. I would love to get my hands on Spawn issue 301 so I can sit there and go, this one right here is a fucking Guinness World Record. Yeah, and I do remember being big, but I was big into Ghost Rider, the Dan Catch Ghost Rider, not the Johnny Blaze. And I can remember going down to where we lived in Kent. You could walk about 5 minutes down to 7-Eleven. And me and my friends would go down, and they're like, dude, the new issues of Spawn's out, man. Let's go get it. And they'd be all grabbing it. Oh, hey, new issue of Ghost Rider, of Spirit of Vengeance is out, man. Let me pick this up. And they'd be looking at me like, dude, it's Spawn. I'm like, it's Ghost Rider. So one of them finally got sick of it. And there was a Spawn comic that base issue, it was a special Spawn issue that basically was like the who's who in the Spawn universe. And they're like, dude, we're going to buy this and we're going to give it to you. You're going to read it and you're going to fall in love with Spawn. This didn't work. I did have at one point a Spawn toy. I mean, the character's cool. It's a cool character. The voice, God. Was that Keith David that voiced him in the cartoon? Because his voice was great for it. I used to have a copy of, because there used to be this company called Chaos Comics, and they had a character called Eva Ernie, who was like this undead zombie guy who could bring the dead back. So he had to run in with a spoof of Spawn, and he's standing there looking at these other like this spoofs of like Superman and Flash, and he's looking at them, and Spawn's trying this Spawn spoof is trying to sneak up on him like, I died and came back from hell. My job, my mission now is to stop evil. And he jumps at Eva Ernie, and Ernie just steps to the side and looks at him like, dude, keep your inner monologue to yourself. Don't go to everybody what you're thinking. Well, the thing is, when I first started reading Ghost Rider, I had no idea that there had been a previous Ghost Rider. I think Ghost Rider, the Blaze Ghost Rider, the original run, ended before I got into comics. So I had no idea who Johnny Blaze was. It wasn't until Johnny Blaze showed up because he was manipulated, thinking that the new Ghost Rider was actually a demon, and he had that gun and stuff. He was going to go kill Ghost Rider, and he found out he could shout out hellfire through the shotgun. And then they reprinted some of the old stuff. So yeah, I mean, Blaze was cool. I mean, sadly, the thing is, they had Catch fighting fucking ninjas from another dimension. Oh my god! And Johnny's fighting like these criminals and these monsters and all this shit. And Catches all that shit. I have a reprint of his original Chaos comic appearance, and then I picked up so I got an itchy nose, because remember when Chaos went down, all that shit kind of went to the wind, because his girlfriend, his woman, was Lady Death, and when things went to the wind, he was no longer with Lady Death. She went to whoever, and so I picked up one where the whole story was that he was destined to either be a general for heaven or hell, but hell was trying to make him turn to the dark side. And there's an image, I sent it to my best friend from high school. I was like, hey, man, there's an image of this guy, Eva Ernie, when he's being executed in the electric chair. He looks just like you. But yes, I mean, and also you got, okay, with Ghost Rider, you got that Robbie Reyes. I don't like Robbie Reyes. I know in the comics it comes out that he's not really a Ghost Rider. He's like a fake Ghost Rider. The show wants him to be a real Ghost Rider. They do make reference to Blaze, because he comes across like at one point an advertisement for the circus that Blaze worked for. I like, by the way, I like the first Ghost Rider movie more than I like the second one, because that first movie pulled in elements from the comics, because like his bike, if you look at the bike that Ghost Rider rides in it, it's closer to because Johnny's bike was made out of fire. Catch is more supposed to be like kind of street bike. The bike design they have for the first live action movie, that's closer to Vengeance's bike, with the skull and the kind of look it has to it. And then, of course, he's got the chain. That's a Catch thing. I can't remember if Johnny used that. And then when he's in jail, he gets the Catch coat. I mean, so it was like a bit of Vengeance, Catch, and Blaze mixed into it. And we got what's his name? God, he did that movie Easy Rider, playing the devil. They give us a new origin. Oh, yeah, in the second movie, he was an angel, and he got captured and manipulated and turned to bad and worked for the devil. Although Catch does show up in, because they teased us with Catch in the Fantastic Four when he shows up, looks at Galactus, is like, you will feel the pain of a million souls' agony. Does a pitted stare on Galactus, who falls down and starts dying. And then he's like looking at him, is like, my work is done, and drives off. And then he shows up in the Hulk, trying to kick the Hulk's ass, and it turns out the Hulk's innocent, so he goes after the general guy, and he tells the general, I am the Ghost Rider. If you ever hurt Hulk again, I will come for you. The guy's looking at him like, I'm leaving Hulk alone. Johnny did appear in, he was the game. Did you ever play the game? There was a game that takes place after the movie that has Vengeance. I think you can unlock Blade. Well, I finally watched that Eternals, and they credit what's his name, because supposedly Blade makes an appearance in Eternals, voice only, and it's a quick thing. If you watch, I think it's towards the end of something when the guy's getting the sword, like he's going to become Black Knight, and then you hear a voice. Do you think you're ready for the ebony blade? And we're told, oh, by the way, that's Blade. It's supposed to be Blade? Well, I'm calling that bullshit. That wasn't Blade. That was a Cookie Monster. His voice had gone a little bit deep. And then, of course, at the end of, God, I'm watching that movie and I'm watching the credits, and then I see the Eternals will return. Ooh, Mummies Alive. Okay, that's another show I gotta find. I liked Mummies Alive. Look for gargoyles too. Damn. $54. 103 for Mummies Alive Volume 2. Damn. Street Sharks. You know, I was watching somebody asking about some toy. It's a humanoid dog toy. And it was that style of with the street shark toys. We had the small, physically jacked body and the large animal head. A Monster Force. Let me see. The thing is, sometimes with me, I might have trouble remembering a name. So I have to look it up to see an image to remind me. I look at the image and I don't recall that one. I don't recall Monster Force. There was there was one from Malibu, which was a comic book company that Marvel ended up buying, and last I heard, all the characters went to the wayside. Bought the company, did nothing with the characters. Let's see. I'm gonna have to sit. Look at this again. I don't call Monster Force. 94. Okay. Yeah. Luke Talbot, the Wolf Man. Trip Hansen, the martial artist. Shelley Frank, the psychic. Shelley Frank, really? Really? They had to go with the name Shelley Frank. But anyways, I'm going to call it a night. I got to go review something, a ghost thing. And not this Sunday, but on the 19th. Will mark 5 years for me with this channel on YouTube. So I got to go work on that. And some other stuff. So next week is going to be busy. Busy. Because I also got a few other things I got to take care of during the week. Oh, we're going to be busy. So busy. I'm going to need to drink a shitload of coffee. So I better have some coffee. If I don't have the grounds, if I get the beans, I do have a coffee grinder. But anyways, thanks for everyone who joined me. Thanks for Simone. Awesome talking to you, Ben. Stay awesome.